Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in or listening later, if that's the case. Welcome to another week of Classic Country A to Z. We are well into or worked our way into the T's of the alphabet now, so we will continue plodding through that. Tonight we'll finish up the T.G. Shepherd collection of songs, and then we will cover some of Tammy Wynette's big hits, and there were plenty. So, and of course, then there's always an original song in the middle and a gospel song at the end. So, we just have two remaining T.G. Shepherd songs to wrap up tonight to finish his collection. This first one tonight became his T.G. Shepherd's 8th number one hit when this song hit the charts in 1981, and this song is called Party Time. Oh, it's party time. It's time to get you off my mind. Forget the life I left behind and all those dreams that won't come true. Oh, it's party time. It's time for laughs and pass the wine. It's early and I'm feeling fine. I'll soon be over you. Oh, darling, ever since the day you said it's time to go our separate ways, well, I've been searching for a way to pay for doing you so wrong. Well, now it's time to call the halt. You know it wasn't all my fault. You cheated too, but you were never caught. Your friends lied all along. Well, oh, it's party time. It's time to get you off my mind. It's early and I'm feeling fine. I'll soon be over you. It shouldn't take us very long. Another sip or two and you'll be gone. Another chorus of she done him wrong, and I'll be over you. Oh, it's party time. It's time to get you off my mind. It's early and I'm feeling fine. I'll soon be over you. It shouldn't take us very long. Another sip or two and you'll be gone. Another chorus of she done him wrong, and I'll be over you. Another chorus of she done him wrong, and I'll be over you. All right, good warm-up song. Good evening, Craig and Gail and Mary Pat. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Our last T.G. Shepherd song was his last number one hit. This is from 1981. He was on a bit of a hit roll at this point, as he'd had two number one hits in 79, two number one hits in 80, and then this next song was his third in 1981, and later he had three more number one hits in 1982. So he was kind of in a big role at this point. This one is called Only One You. I've seen this world from corner to corner. There ain't much ground that I haven't covered. I've drank its wine, I've tasted its pleasures. I've known some loves and I've known some lovers. If there's one lesson in the living I've done, the best things only come along in numbers of one. There's only one Eiffel Tower, one finest hour, one New York town, one Fifth Avenue. There's only one Mona Lisa, one leaning Tower of Pisa, one Paris, and there's only one you. Well, I've been a king, and I've been a pauper, and everything there is in between. Well, it took some time to know what is timeless, but I found out and learned what that means. I'd never leave you, girl, 'cause I know a catch. The wonders of this world don't ever come with a match. There's only one Eiffel Tower, one finest hour, one New York town, one Fifth Avenue. There's only one Mona Lisa, one leaning Tower of Pisa, one Paris, and there's only one you. There's only one Mona Lisa, one leaning Tower of Pisa, one Paris, and there's only one you. Kind of forgot for a second there how I was going to end that song. Okay. Hey, Mary Beth, thanks for tuning in. Okay, now we move on to Tammy Wynette's hits. Tammy Wynette was one of country music's best-known artists and one of the biggest-selling female singers during the late 1960s and the first half of the 1970s. She was called the First Lady of country music, and many of her hits dealt with themes of loneliness and divorce and difficulties of life and relationships. Having been raised poor and married 5 times, she had plenty of life experience to relate to the songs she recorded. So during the late 60s and the early 70s, Tammy charted 20 number 1 songs on the country charts, and along with Loretta Lynn, Lynn Anderson, and Dolly Parton, Tammy is credited with having defined the role of women in country music during the 70s. So she was a one-time hairdresser from rural Mississippi and rose to stardom, recorded 39 country top 10 hits, sold 30 million albums, won 2 of the 16 Grammy Awards that she was nominated for. And then also kind of one interesting side story from her youth. By 1954, Tammy's mother was working at a dry cleaner's in Memphis. And while she worked there, there were 3 young musicians, a bass player by the name of Bill Black, and the cleaner owner's younger brother, a guitarist named Scotty Moore, and then their singer, a certain Elvis Presley. The trio often used the upstairs area above the dry cleaners to rehearse, and the then 13-year-old Tammy would love being sort of bundled into the laundry carts and wheeled around the dry cleaners. So by the 3 guys. Anyway, our first Tammy Wynette song was the first song she recorded in her career. Although the song was not a major hit for her when she released it in 1966, it only peaked at number 44 in the charts. Tammy's version of this song is considered to be one of her most notable recordings. Taste of Country rated it among their list of the top 10 Tammy Wynette songs, and it was included among CMT's list of the 10 essential Tammy Wynette songs. This song, written by Johnny Paycheck and Bobby Austin, is called Apartment Number 9. just follow the stairway to this lonely world of mine. You'll find me waiting here in apartment number 9. Not so very long ago, you walked away from me, and after all the plans we made, you decided to be free. Loneliness surrounds me without your arms around me, and the sun will never shine in apartment number 9. I keep waiting in this lonely room just in case you change your mind. You'll find me waiting here in apartment number 9. Loneliness surrounds me without your arms around me, and the sun will never shine in apartment number 9. No, the sun won't ever shine in apartment number 9. Okay. Now, the very next year, 1967, Tammy had her first number one hit with this next song. The song stayed at number 1 for 3 weeks. And Tammy's recording of the song also earned her the 1968 Grammy Award for Best Female Country Vocal Performance, the first of her 2 Grammys. This song was co-written by her producer, Billy Sherrill, who ended up writing a lot of her songs. And this one is called I Don't Want to Play House. Today I sat alone at the window, and I watched our little girl outside at play with a little boy next door, like so many times before. But something didn't seem quite right today. So I went outside to see what they were doing, and then the teardrops made my eyes grow dim, 'cause I heard him name again, and I hung my head in shame when I heard our little girl say to him, I don't want to play house, I know it can't be fun. I've watched Mommy and Daddy, and if that's the way it's done, I don't want to play house, it makes my mommy cry. 'Cause when she played house, my daddy said goodbye. No, I don't want to play house, I know it can't be fun. 'Cause I've watched Mommy and Daddy, and if that's the way it's done, I don't want to play house, it makes my mommy cry. 'Cause when she played house, my daddy said goodbye. Yes, when she played house, my daddy said goodbye. Now, next up, this was the first song that Tammy released in 1968 as the first single and title track from her next album. The song was a #1 hit in 1968 and earned her a Grammy nomination for Best Country Vocal Performance. Country music historian Bill Malone wrote that Tammy's own tumultuous life, 5 marriages, encompassed the jagged reality so many women have faced. Therefore, he asserts that Tammy identified so well with this song that her rendition is, quote, painfully sincere. There's no irony here. And if there is a soap opera quality to the dialogue, the content well mirrors both her own life and contemporary experience. The song and its album are called Divorce. Our little boy is 4 years old and quite a little man. So we spell out the words we don't want him to understand, like T-O-I or maybe S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E. But the words we're hiding from him now tear the heart right out of me. Our D-I-V-O-R-C becomes final today for me and little J-O-E. We'll be going away. I love you both, and this will be pure H-E-double-L for me. Oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C. Well, watch him smile. He thinks it's Christmas or his 5th birthday. And he thinks C-U-S-T-O-D-Y spells fun or play. I spell out all the hurtin' words and turn my head when I speak, 'cause I can't spell away this hurt that's dripping down my cheek. Our D-I-V-O-R-C becomes final today. Me and little J-O-E will be going away. I love you both, and this will be pure H-E-double-L for me. Oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C. Oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C. So you probably have realized by now that there are not a lot of up-tempo Tammy Wynette hits. It's just the way I play them as they come. I don't set these set lists up with the intention to try and mix it up. So Tammy Wynette night will be a little bit slower night overall. Okay, next up, this was arguably Tammy's signature song. She co-wrote the song with her producer, Billy Sherrill. This song was the title track to her next album in 1968. And this song is one of the most familiar songs in the history of country music. It quickly rose to number one on the charts, stayed there at number one for 3 weeks, and even reached number 19 on the pop charts that year. The song earned Tammy the 1970 Grammy Award for Best Country Vocal Performance Female, her second Grammy. And it was inducted into the Country Hall of Fame in 1999. In addition, the song was selected by the Library of Congress as a 2010 addition to the National Recording Registry, which selects recordings annually that are, quote, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. A side note to this is that the vocal accompaniment to her on her recording of this song was provided by the Jordanaires, who did almost pretty much all of Elvis's backup singing. But they also provided the backup singing to most of Tammy's recordings as well. This signature song and the album on which it was released are called Stand By Your Man. Sometimes it's hard to be a woman, giving all your love to just one man. Well, you'll have bad times, and he'll have good times, doing things that you don't understand. But if you love him, you'll forgive him, even though he's hard to understand. And if you love him, oh, be proud of him, 'cause after all, he's just a man. Stand by your man, give him 2 arms to cling to, and something warm to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. So that song was pretty universally derided by the feminist movement in the late 60s and early 70s, but Tammy defended that song as not a call for women to place themselves second to men, but rather a suggestion that women attempt to overlook their husband's shortcomings and faults if they truly love them. I would assume to a degree. And in fact, that last line of that second verse says, because after all, he's just a man. And the song was co-written by Billy Sherrill as well. So anyway, that was arguably her signature song. Next up, another song Tammy co-wrote with her producer, Billy Sherrill, and also with Glenn Sutton on this one. This was Tammy's fifth number one hit, and it stayed at number one for 2 weeks in 1969. And like we've seen a lot of other artists have done, Tammy released this song on her Greatest Hits album before knowing whether or not it really would be one of her greatest hits. This song is called Singing My Song. Here's a song I love to sing. It's about the woman who wears my ring. And even though she's tempted, she knows I'll make sure that she gets everything. 'Cause when she's cold, she knows I'm warm, and I warm her in my arms. And when she's sad, oh, I make her glad, and I'm her shelter from the storm. And I'm her song when she feels like singing, and I swing when she feels like swinging. I don't know what I do that's right, but it makes her come home at night. And when she's home, I make sure she's never alone. And that's why I keep saying in my song, yeah, when she's home, I make sure she's never alone. And that's why I keep saying in my song. That climbs a little high for me, but okay, next up. This song kind of does the same thing. This is another Tammy Wynette, Billy Sherrill, Glenn Sutton penned song. This song became her sixth number one hit, and also in 1969. The title of the song was written for a female singer, so I had to change things a little bit, but it still works. And this song was called Ways to Love a Man, but I, of course, changed it to Ways to Love a Woman. There are so many ways to love a woman, and so many things to understand. And if there ever comes a time you decide to change your mind, I'll need a way to hold you, and I can, 'cause I'll know all the ways to love a woman. But there are so many ways to lose a woman. so quickly she can slip through your hands. Well, one little thing goes wrong, and all at once she's gone. I'd have no way to hold her like I planned. And it takes more than just one way to love a woman. With my hands, my heart, anything I can find, my child, my home, my soul, and my mind, I'll know that I can hold her, yes I can, if I know all the ways to love a woman. Yes, with my hands, my heart, anything I can find, my child, my home, my soul, and my mind, I'll know that I can hold her, yes I can, if I know all the ways to love a woman. If I know all the ways to love a woman. All right, we've reached the portion of the show. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to talk about the time. I get teased about this from my family that I always say we're running late. We always run late. That's just going to be the norm, I guess. All right, so we've reached the portion of the show where I do one of our original songs that my friend Charlie and I wrote together. Him writing the lyrics, me writing the music. And this is about how sometimes a song can be tied to a relationship. And this is called When You Hear Our Song. I remember the first time we heard our song. We were dancing and kissing and swaying along. Your arms around me, my arms around you. It was a song we thought would see us through. Well, I'd play my guitar and sing you our song, straight from the heart, sweet and true. But what do you hear now when you hear our song, now that someone else is singing it for you? Stuck at a stoplight, they're playing our song, tears in my eyes as I try to sing along, thinking about a love that I thought was true, singing a song I thought was written for just me and you. Well, I'd play my guitar and sing you our song, straight from the heart, sweet and true. What do you hear now when you hear our song, now that someone else is singing it for you? I keep singing our song and living in the past, singing our song about a love long past. I keep singing our song and hoping you'll come back, but maybe singing our song is just holding me back. When you're at a stoplight and you hear our song, I hope that you'll smile and still sing along. thinking about a love that you once knew, singing a song that was written for just me and you. Yes, I'd play my guitar and sing you our song, straight from the heart, sweet and true. But what do you hear now when you hear our song, now that someone else is singing it for you? Now that someone else is singing it for you. Moving on, I should double check. It's been a while since I've checked here. Rose, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Scott, glad to see you. All right, next up, Tammy's 9th #1 hit. This one stayed at the top of the charts for 2 weeks in 1971. This one was written by Billy Sherrill solo, and this song is called Good Lovin' Makes It Right. Good lovin' keeps a home together. Good lovin' sure can make it right. If you ever want to be without her, it means loving everything about her, and that keeps your woman around at night. It takes a whole lot of man to hold it together today, 'cause a lot of other guys have a whole lot of time to play. You gotta be a saint on Sunday morning, the devil on Saturday night, and when you're loving, do it right. Well, there's a guy around every corner who wants to win, and you gotta be just a little bit better than him, a little bit sweeter with your morning kisses, a whole lot warmer in the night, with a lot of good love and what'll make everything alright. Good lovin' keeps a home together. Good lovin' sure can make it right. If you ever want to be without her, means loving everything about her, and that keeps your woman around at night. Well, if you don't believe what I'm telling you is so, put your woman right out on the street and watch her go, right to the arms of another man who couldn't even hold you alight, when a lot of good loving would have made everything alright. Yeah, a lot of good loving would have made everything alright. Took that one just a little bit faster than I should have. A lot of chord movement in there. All right. Tammy's 11th #1 hit came in 1971, late in 71, with this next story song. And when I say story song, the song literally is about telling a story. The song was co-written by Billy Sherrill and Glenn Sutton and was the title track to her last 1971 album. So the song and the album are called Bedtime Story. I've told you almost every bedtime story, and And you've heard almost every nursery rhyme. So tonight before you go to sleep, and pray the Lord your soul to keep, here's Daddy's favorite story one more time. Once upon a time there was a castle, and in this castle lived a king and queen. And it came to pass they both were blessed by one little blue-eyed princess with the softest golden curls you ever seen. But then one day he met this pretty lady, and she had lots of pretty words to say. And this part makes your daddy sad, 'cause oh, what big eyes she had. And she took his hand and led him far away. Still, it's just another bedtime story, but telling it brings teardrops to my eyes. Just another pretty bedtime story. So please forgive Daddy if he cries. Well, then it came to pass the king grew lonely, and the pretty lady wasn't all she seemed. He realized that he was wrong and started his long journey home, for he missed his little princess and his queen. Then he was back and safe inside his castle, and tears of joy came pouring down like rain. And then the castle rang with laughter, and they lived happily ever after, knowing he would never leave again. Still, it's just another bedtime story, but telling it brings teardrops to my eyes. Just another pretty bedtime story. So please forgive Daddy if he cries. Won't you please forgive your daddy if he cries? Next up, in early 1972, Tammy had her 12th number one hit with this next song, and this one is called Till I Get It Right, which is only appropriate as well for me because there were two new chords in this song that I didn't know. And I had to play this over and over and over and over and over and over again to try and get them right. No promises here tonight. There may be some rough spots. I'll just keep on falling in love till I get it right. Right Right now I'm like a wounded bird, hungry for the sky. But if I try my wings and try long enough, I'm bound to learn to fly. So I'll just keep on falling in love till I get it right. My door to love has opened out more times than in, and I'm either fool or wise enough to open it again, 'cause I'll never know what's beyond the mountain till I reach the other side. So I'll just keep on falling in love till I get it right. If practice makes perfect, then I guess I'm as perfect as I'll ever be in my life. So I'll just keep on falling in love till I get it right. So I'll just keep on falling in love till I get it right. A G minor, G sharp fiasco there. Okay, next up, Tammy's 13th number one hit. This one from 1973, and this song was another one of her hits written by Billy Sherrill and Glenn Sutton. It also was the title track to her album that year, and in this song, the singer reveals his or her marital problems by way of innocent comments their small children make, or repeat, which they'd overheard their parents make. This song is called Kids Say the Darndest Things. Kids say the darndest things. Have you ever listened close to the games they play or the little songs they sing? Last night dressed up in high-heeled shoes and wearing her mom's old hat, my 4-year-old said, I want a divorce. Now where did she hear that? Kids say the darndest things. Have you ever listened close to the games they play or the little songs they sing? Well, last night as I watched TV, one rushed through the door. Daddy, Mommy's telling someone on the phone, don't you call me here no more. Kids say the darndest things. Have you ever listened close to the games they play or the little songs they sing? I bet my daddy can whip your daddy, but daddy's never home. And I think Mommy's worried about him, 'cause she cried all night long. Kids say the darndest things. Have you ever listened close to the games they play or the little songs they sing? You never know what they learn in school or what they're thinking of. My first grader just said a 4-letter word, and it sure wasn't love. Kids kids say the darndest things. Have you ever listened close to the games they play or the little songs they sing? Kids say the darndest things. That song did not end that way. In her recording, it was a fade-out song, but I don't really have a good way to do a fade-out song. So that closing feels about as slapped down as it was. So maybe somebody will come up with a better way to close that. All right. Let me get caught up on comments here. Have for double long. Yeah, you know, Gail, I think part of it is also just her life experiences were so, with 5 different marriages and very difficult and multiple difficult marriages, and there was a lot to experience, and growing up very poor as well. And okay, so next up is another one that Tammy co-wrote with Billy. Or this actually she co-wrote with Billy Sherrill and Nora Wilson. It was released in late 1973 as a second single and title track from her next album. The song was her 14th #1 solo hit on the charts, and it stayed there for 2 weeks. This song and the album on which it was released are called Another Lonely Song. And as you would expect, not a super up-tempo song. Time won't ease my memory. It's killing me now. And Lord, how I need her here, just to feel her near and hear her breathing still. The night goes on and on. Another lonely song I'm singing. Lord, don't think bad of me. Don't get mad at me. You know I'm weak, and it couldn't cause a whole lot of harm to be in somebody's arms, 'cause she's in his. I know she is, I know she is, but God, I love her. And though I shouldn't give a damn, that's the way I am now. And Lord, guess I'll stay this way. I can't play this way just because I'm lonely. Still, the night goes on and on. Another lonely song I'm singing. Lord, don't look down on me. Don't frown on me. Let's just keep talking. Another lonely song I'm singing. Now, Tammy's 15th #1 hit, this one from early 1976, and this song she co-wrote with Billy Sherrill and George Ritchie. Tammy noted on multiple occasions that this song was her personal favorite of all the songs she had written or recorded in her career. And it remained a staple in all of her concerts for the rest of her career. This song, which has been covered by many artists since Tammy's release, including the Reverend Billy Graham, who included this on one of his gospel albums. This was the title track to her album in 1976, and so the song and the album are called Till I Can Make It on My Own. I'll need time to get you off my mind. I may sometimes bother you, try to be in touch with you, even ask too much of you from time to time. Now and then, Lord, you know I'll need a friend till I get used to losing you. Let me keep on using you till I can make it on my own. I'll get by, but no matter how I try, there'll be times you know I'll call. Chances are my tears will fall. I'll have no pride at all from time to time. But they say, oh, there'll be a brighter day, but till then I'll lean on you. That's all I mean to do, till I can make it on my own. Oops. Surely someday I'll look up and see the morning sun without another lonely night behind me. Then I'll know I'm over you and all my crying's done. No more hurting memories can find me. But till then, Lord, you know I'm gonna need a friend till I get used to losing you. Let me keep on using you till I can make it on my own. Till I can make it on my own. Till I can make it on my own. Took that too fast and it kind of butchered the song, I'm afraid. Can't get that one back. All right, so our next Tammy Wynette song was written by Billy Sherrill and George Ritchie and was released in the summer of '76 as the first single and title track rather from her second album that year. The song was her 16th and final number one hit as a solo artist, and it stayed at number one for 2 weeks for her. George Ritchie, one of the co-writers, said the lyrics were inspired by his own, at the time, secret admiration for Tammy, who was still recovering from the fallout of her recent divorce from George Jones. George Ritchie and Tammy became close friends and eventually married 2 years later. This song and the album on which it was released are called You and Me. I can hear the rain, it's falling softly. As I watch her lying next to me, and I can feel her heart, it's beating softly. She just loved me so tenderly, but it should be you and me. When she touches me, I feel your fingers, and each time we kiss, I see your face. When she locks the door behind us, then she thinks the world can't find us. But she can't say, no, she can't say that it should be you and me. So I'll just close my eyes and dream about you. Cause every time I dream, you're always there. Then you lock the door behind us, and in my dreams the world can't find us, and it will be so real to me. It's finally you and me. Okay, one more slow one, and then our last Tammy Wynette song will be a little bit more up-tempo finally. So this one, hold on a minute here, set the capo. This one was written by Bob McDill, who had written so many of Don Williams' big hits. The song reached number 17 on the charts for Tammy in 1980, and this song is called Starting Over. So I mentioned it was a slow song, and then I started the intro way too fast. We'll try that again. Wondering where the hours go, catching up on TV shows. It's not easy, heaven knows, when you're starting over, knowing that the phone won't ring, back to being lonely me. Funny how I seem to be always starting over. Foolish me, I never meant almost heal and break again. Look at how I've always been starting over. So just when the hurt is through, I'll see a face across the room and wonder if it's still too soon to be starting over. But like a fool, I'll give my heart, then the same old thing will start. I'll watch it slowly fall apart, and I'll be starting over. Foolish me, I never meant almost heal then break again. Look at how I've always been, starting over. Just look at how I've always been, starting over. Okay, our last, I know, we're way over, but that's normal. Our last Tell Me When It song was her last solo top 10 hit. This one in 1982, and Tammy's recording session for this song was produced by George Ritchie, her then husband and musical collaborator. It was the first recording session of Tammy's to be produced by George Ritchie, as nearly all of her prior recording sessions were produced by Billy Sherrill. This Thanks But No Thanks song is called Another Chance. When you left, you said you was doing me a favor. Well, I cried and I begged you not to go. Now it's just been 2 short weeks and you're wanting to come back. Well, I think there's something that you ought to know. Well, I've rearranged the living room to suit me, and I gave your favorite chair to charity. And that closet you insisted on, it's mine now. So don't bring your old hang-ups back to me. Well, I'm wearing my jeans a little bit tighter, changed my hairstyle, and I'm learning how to dance. So maybe you best wait a little bit longer before you come back and give me another chance. Thank you for your call, but someone's knocking at my door, and she's driving a big old Cadillac. Well, I probably won't be home when you come to get your clothes. They're on the back porch in a paper sack. Yeah, I'm wearing my jeans a little bit tighter, changed my hairstyle, and I'm learning how to dance. So maybe you best wait a little bit longer before you come back and give me another chance. Yeah, I'm wearing my jeans a little bit tighter, changed my hairstyle, and I'm learning how to dance. So maybe you best wait a little bit longer before you come back and give me another chance. Before you come back and give me another chance. Okay, now our gospel song tonight. This was written by Tommy Dorsey in 1937, originally for Mahalia Jackson. The song became a hit in 1951 for Red Foley and the Sunshine Boys, reaching number 7 on the country charts. and it was among the first gospel recordings to sell 1 million copies. Song achieved mass coverage during Elvis Presley's third and final appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1957, before an audience estimated at over 54 million viewers. Elvis closed the show by dedicating this song to the refugees fleeing Hungary after the Soviet Union's recent invasion of that country. Some things never change, I guess. Sadly. Because Elvis also requested immediate aid be sent to help the refugees, his appeal resulted in contributions amounting to the equivalent of nearly $50 million in today's money. Also, Red Foley's version was a 2006 entry into the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry. As a side note, George Jones included this song on his 1962 album entitled Homecoming in Heaven. This is Peace in the Valley. I am tired and so weary, but I must toil on till the Lord comes to call me away. Well, the morning's so bright, and the Lamb is the light, and the night is as fair as the day. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me, I pray. No more sorrow and sadness or troubles will be. There will be peace in the valley for me. Where the bear will be gentle and the wolves will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the lamb, and the beast from the wild shall be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature I am. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me, I pray. No more sorrow and sadness or troubles will be. There will be peace in the valley for me. Yeah, there will be peace in the valley for me. That leads us to this is probably the latest we've ever gone. Nothing to aspire to. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining Back of every cloud you see, fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows. Never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows. Never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. All right. Well, we'll try not to do that again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching, for those who are watching later. Have a safe week and a healthy week, and we will see you back here next Sunday night. We move on to, I don't remember, Tanya Tucker, I think, actually, is next, and she might be the entire show, her songs, for which most of them are up-tempo. So, it'd be a good contrast to tonight's show. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great night, have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Good night.